Hello, 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 Rosie here. And today I want to talk about a switch in your mindset, something which is extremely important if you want to be able to really move through the current level of life that you have. It's very important to check in to see if you are looking at surviving or looking at thriving. Now, surviving and thriving are almost opposites. Surviving looks at how can I keep this small? How can I protect myself? How can I make sure that nothing bad happens? Thriving is very expansive. It's very much how can I grow? How can I have more? How can this get better? How can this keep continuing to expand? So surviving looks like, how do I make sure that I don't lose my job? How do I, maybe get a small pay rise in 5 years' time when somebody decides to give me a promotion? Surviving looks like how can I cut my bills? Surviving looks like, really like constricting everything in. Thriving looks like how can I get what I want when I want it? How can I grow as fast as possible? How can I really have the life that makes me excited and that I dream of instead of having all of this compromise everywhere? So I want you to check in and think about, are you surviving or are you thriving? Because they're two very, very different states. And most people in the world, if they're lucky, they're just surviving. A lot of people are struggling, but most of Western society is in this survival mode. And it's this throwback to kind of industrial era, the Industrial Revolution, and we're basically put on a what do you call it, like a factory supply line, whatever you call it. I've lost the name right now. And we go to school and we're taught how to think, and we're taught to go into a job, and we're taught to sort of stay in that job as long as we can, and then retire, and then have a little bit of money at the end of the day, and we're taught to get the mortgage and get the kids, and just like tack tack tack, our life is kind of almost like laid out for us, right? And that's what surviving looks like. Surviving looks like, how do I take the next step without really thinking about it? Surviving looks like, I'd love to go on that holiday to Europe, or that holiday to Australia, or that holiday to South America, but, I can't afford it. My salary isn't enough. My bills are too high. Your bills are only high because you're not earning enough, right? Like, if you just jump out of that and into more expansion, how can I really create the life that I want to create? I also had this before, not in a money sense, but in a time sense. I was spending 14 hours a day in an office working in a bank, and I didn't have any time, and I wanted to be able to travel for 3 months at a time, and I wanted to be able to take afternoons off, and I wanted to sleep in a bit in the morning, but none of that was really feasible for me because I had a job. So rather than just thinking, well, that's just a pipe dream, it's never going to happen, I said, no, I need this to happen. I need my life to look like that, because this whole job thing just isn't working out for me, and this is making me really unhappy. And so I jumped out of that survival life and into a thriving life. And that's not to say that this life is perfect and it's easy and everything's, nothing ever goes wrong. Of course there's struggles, of course there's, things that go wrong and things that you have to manage, and it's the same as everyone else. But the freedom that I got from doing that makes me so much more alive than this survival, horrible. I wouldn't even say I was in survival. I was kind of pretty much in struggle in my previous life. And so whatever your dreams are, whether they're, something money related, whether it's impact related, is another huge one. I was kind of pushing paper around in a bank all day, living my life on Excel. Like, there was zero fun and zero impact in that. I wasn't changing anyone's life at all, not even my clients. It was just totally useless what I was doing. The impact level of what I get to do now is just amazing. First of all, in helping people become healthy. Second of all, in helping my clients and my team, create this freedom lifestyle, create this level of income, and create a level of freedom that they have never had before. But then also at the higher level, helping people across the world become economically independent. Really working with the company that I work with, doTERRA. They do so much humanitarian work and so much participation work with the people in their supply chain to help them share parts of the economic abundance that is coming from doTERRA. And so every time that I buy an oil, every time that I sell an oil, or every time that I do any little tiny activity, is helping those people. And I'm obviously going to be scaling that as I grow my team to create my own charity in the next year or so. And so the impact level is so much deeper. And then from an income perspective, of course, as well, the ability to create residual income is massive, right? So that you're not constantly earning dollars per hour. Like, I wouldn't trade, the CEO of Coca-Cola or any other big company, they might be earning millions, but the second they leave their job, that money stops. and the second they leave their job, their impact stops and everything stops. And the only reason they are getting that much money is because they're working their ass off and they're traveling constantly and they're living this horrible corporate lifestyle. And I've found a way where actually I can create a really, really great income for myself and be able to have that spaciousness, be able to have extra time, have the impact, of course, but also create a residual income where everything that I'm doing is building on itself. Everything that I'm doing is growing. So if I just walk away from the business, not that I probably will because I'm really enjoying it, but if I need to back off, if I want to have kids, if something goes wrong, if there's some kind of illness in the family, I need to take some time out, I can do that, and it's going to still bring me the same amount of money, which is amazing, right? And that is really what excites me about this. It's about financial independence for everybody. So if this is something which interests you, then I have a coaching program that's launching next month, and so I'm currently enrolling for it now, and I'm offering full scholarships. I'm able to offer full scholarships to anybody who wants to enroll in my doTERRA team with me and help spread this beautiful message, help really understand what it's all about. So there's loads of details. If either a link above or below this video, there's going to be a link where you can go and check out more about what's involved and what's available to you as well. And if you're interested, then you can join this free scholarship and yeah, get a really great kickstart to an amazing, beautiful business. So check out the link. It's either going to be in the description or in the comments here. And yeah, take it from there. And I will catch you very, very soon. Bye for now, guys.